And finally, we're joined by Salih Kunduz for the My Android Journey section. Hey, Salih.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's really sunny over here. It's the end of the day. It's been a great day here.
Where are you?
So,
Where are you coming to us from?
it's Turkey, it's Istanbul.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
Not the Champions League final though this year. It's been
yeah,
moved,
yeah,
hasn't it?
yeah, it's quite sad, but maybe next year.
Yeah, hopefully, because you've lost it a
Like
couple of times.
for
It'd be
for
good to
two
have it
years
there.
in a row, like
That's right.
last, yeah, it's kind of sad, but what to do? What
Yeah,
team you're going for?
in the Champions League, I
Yeah.
think Man City will win. I don't think Chelsea will beat
Uh,
them three times in a row.
yeah, right.
How about you?
Well, I'll be for City too, even though like normally I go for United.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want City to win, but I think they will.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think they'll.
that's
Yeah.
it. Mhm.
Anyway, we've probably just lost about three-quarters of the audience during that little
Yeah,
football segue. So
yeah.
tell us about Android then. When did you start out?
Like, when I started using Android, it was 2013 with a Galaxy S3, but the mini one, like I couldn't afford the S3, original S3. I
Yeah,
was also looking for other phones. There were some other phones like Nexus 4, but I wasn't quite sure if it was a good phone. Like the sailors told me, okay, this S3 mini is good for you. But then like I decided to buy that phone. It wasn't such a good experience to start with S3 mini because of the technical specs, but it was a great opportunity to start Android. I remember my very first day was like I was trying to set up my phone. Well, like I was trying to get used to the touch screen, and I called my friend like I couldn't really control the phone, and I couldn't even like end the call. Like he was telling me like what happened. Like it was kind of sad. Like I couldn't even move my fingers to end the call. I was like kind of locked. Like
yeah.
the very first experience on a touch screen. I was like going to my contacts and suddenly I called my friend. Like I couldn't even notice if I'm calling my friend. Like I was like plugging off the battery. That was the only way I could end the call.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
like in those days, like the batteries were removable. Like so I removed the battery to end the call because I couldn't end the call. Yeah, I didn't even know the power button can do ending the call. Like I didn't know that. Like I was learning like the very first days were kind of painful, but then I remember there was eSpeak TTS and like where we beginning like talk back, there was not enough web views and like the phone was crashing. It wasn't a really good experience for me, but I kept that phone for almost 1 year.
Hmm. Now, so Sally, tell me something. I didn't realize that there was a mini version of the
Yeah, the S3
Galaxy
had a mini
3, the
version. Yeah.
S3.
Hmm.
So was it cheaper? Why was it cheaper than the regular S3? Was
It
it
was
because it's
it
a
was
smaller
cheaper,
screen?
like smaller screen. It was 4 inches, and it was coming with one gig of RAM and like 8 gigs of storage. The normal
Oh,
S3 would be like 4.8 inches or maybe even bigger. So that was the
and it
thing, like
that
the
has
mini version.
16 gigs,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
32.
The guy told me this phone is really good. I even myself I use it, and like he convinced me to buy
So
it.
from the S3, then take us down that journey, Sally, and where did you go next from the mini?
Okay, like I this time I knew what to do, and then I bought a Nexus 5, which was an amazing phone. Like uh I think the producer were LG, the Nexus 5.
It was LG,
Yeah,
yes.
it was a great phone. Like I used it for 2 years. I mean, that phone was amazing. Like that phone made me love truly, like made me like a truly Android lover. That phone was really good. Like in all the ways, I love the fact that I'm getting the updates as soon as like they go live. It came with 4.4 like KitKat, and then I was up to 6.1, isn't it? I don't quite remember though.
Yeah, I think that the Nexus 5 got up to the marshmallow. I have it sitting here in my
Yeah.
drawer.
You
But
can
I
check that.
think
Yeah,
that
they even still do custom ROMs for that phone, right? Like they still like do some ROMs for Nexus 5. I've
they
seen
still
in some
do, even
communities.
even
Yeah.
the Nexus 4.
Oh,
I
that's
have
amazing.
I have both of them,
Hmm.
and but I think officially it was supported up to, I want to say, Marshmallow. I'm not positive, but I think that's what it is. But I think it went beyond Lollipop.
Yeah, of course. So then I decided to try like a flagship phone, and then I went for G4 from LG because that phone was quite popular back in the days. You know, the leather back cover. Everybody was talking
Yeah,
about it.
has a little back. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went for that phone and I used it for more than 1 year. And I'm honest, I did a mistake after G4 and I tried Apple iPhone to see how the things are going there. It wasn't such a pleasant experience to try iPhone for me.
Well, you are forgiven.
Yeah,
Remember last week we had to do some forgiveness to,
yeah.
who
I
was
want
it?
to, I want, I
Ed,
want
did
to
we
be
have to
like,
forgive last week? I think it was Carrie.
Carrie, wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
she had to
yeah,
absolve. We had to absolve her of her sins
So
yeah.
for
we had to.
demoing her iPhone, whatever it was, 12 or something.
So you are forgiven. I didn't know that because I probably would have taken you down to the baptism
Yeah.
river.
I don't want to start a debate like some people who will listen to that and they will say, no, you're lying, like you're kind of. But what I didn't like about that iPhone SE that I had was it was overheating. Like, when winter is snowing in Turkey, you can
uh,
use it as a heater.
yeah.
It was like overheating too much. So
Well, at
then,
least you had an experience with that,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
And I
Yeah.
came back to Android as soon as I can. So then I bought A2 from Xiaomi, which is also another Android One phone, which gets the updates quick. And that phone was also great. But then my brother was in need of a phone, and then I gave that phone to him, and I bought another Xiaomi. This one was Mi 9T. So I changed a lot of phones. Like when I look back,
That's good though.
I was like experiencing a lot of different phones from my friends and like my relatives. Like I've seen a lot of models, and recently there are many models coming here in Turkey, like Oppo, Realme, Techno. I was talking in the Telegram group, like uh, after Mi 90, this is my current phone. It's Mi 10T, which is another upgrade from Mi 90. So this phone is looking good, and I got an Android 11. Yeah, that makes me feel like I love Android in all aspects, and I cannot give up on it. Even though I changed my phones, I won't change the OS.
Yeah. So take us back to that part where you were struggling with answering calls or things like that, and at some point you
Yeah,
even had to take out the battery. Thank
yeah,
God we could take off the battery back in those
yeah,
days. Yeah,
yeah,
that was your salvation right there.
yeah.
So
That was the only
how
way.
how frustrated were you? Were you really feeling frustrated and kind of thinking that you shouldn't have gotten yourself into this? You should have stayed with a Symbian or something crazy like that. Did
Uh,
such a thing ever cross your mind?
no, I'm still kind of guy that, I said, okay, I will learn this, but in the process, it's frustrating. But I told myself since I bought this phone, I like everyone can use a touch screen. So why I shouldn't be using it? I was like, okay, I will learn it. So then I found out in the accessibility settings, the power button can do the trick. And that phone even had a home button, like to answer calls. I didn't even know that. So then things got a little bit easier for me. I knew how to think. Like in 2 days, I learned a lot of things from that phone. Just it took me 2 days to realize how to use it.
That's really neat. And that's one of those things, we always have these new learning curves that we have to
Hmm.
go through. And it takes a little bit of patience, doesn't it, for one to
Yeah, of
get to be
course. You
able
shouldn't get
to.
frustrated at the first place. Like what I know from my friends and anyone else is when you don't feel like okay, when you're frustrated, things get more hard. If you don't feel like you can use that phone or you can use any particular device, you cannot really use it. You should believe in yourself. Okay, you can use it. You just need some time.
Wonderful.
Hmm.
That's awesome. So, what advice would you give to someone who's kind of basically venturing into Android for the first time?
We do that a lot here in Turkey because I also have a group of people. We do really follow you from the deep of our hearts because you guys are doing fantastic job about Android. So me and my four friends, we started a group and we are trying to talk about Android, and the Android is really accessible. So what we are trying to tell them is, there is not much difference in terms of the accessibility about the phone. Okay, you really get used to use those Apple phones or any other old school phones. This is not much different. I mean, you just need to believe in yourself you can do it, and then things are gonna be easier. And if you ever get stuck, we are here to answer your questions because like we do answer a lot of questions. Like we got email groups, we got like social groups and Telegram groups and stuff like that. A lot of people, like more than 300 people, like members on there now. Like the majority of users are still iOS, but still the Android users are increasing, especially uh, since last year, the numbers are increasing a lot.
I really like that. Maybe down the road, or maybe during our milestone celebration that's coming up, next week, that's going to be our 25th episode. Maybe you guys from your team could come and share that good news with us and celebrate with
Yeah,
us.
of course.
I think
I'm
that's
really
a very
interested to do
good
that.
thing
Yeah.
to
Hmm.
see you guys doing something like that. I really applaud that. And most especially, because there are certain people that maybe may not speak a certain language, and it's nice to see that we have this type of ventures in other
Hmm.
regions. And so, if you wouldn't mind, maybe you could pass this along to your friends that we would love to have you guys come on next week and share your story there with your group there, and how you guys got started and all of that in celebrating our milestone with us. I
Yeah,
think
of course.
it
That's
would be
gonna
great.
be so good.
Yeah.
And like before ending my words here, I really want to like thank you guys doing this because it really helps us first, and then we can enlighten other people trying to use Android. This has been really helpful for us. I mean, we all know something. Like there is always someone else who knows better, or we just learn from each other. The international community is helping a lot in this case.
Well, thank you so much, Sally, for that wonderful Android journey story of yours.
I'm so happy to be here and finally I'm able to share my story.